So remember the whole set of rumors that Touch ID was making a comeback on iPhones? Yeah, let's talk. Because yes, Ming-Chi Kuo has a new update on where the technology is headed, and it doesn't look too good. Google is working on a native solution to help you see if there's unwanted Bluetooth trackers near you, and Apple will finally stop repairing missing or stolen iPhones, which I know what seriously took them so long. I'm Jaime Rivera, and listen, before you question the cardigan, trust me, I know the calendar says spring, but it translates to like winter number 3 in New York time. This is Pocketnow Daily. The official news today begin with Apple and their repair service practices. On an internal memo obtained by MacRumors, the company is addressing that Apple stores and Apple authorized service providers will now be required to watch out for notifications and see if a device has been either reported as missing or stolen. If the device comes back flagged as stolen or missing, the technician will both decline the service to the device and obviously let the person know, especially if the client can't disable Find My iPhone or doesn't know the password, which automatically means that the device is probably locked via iCloud already. Cupertino is then going to use GSMA's device registry database to flag devices as missing or stolen for operators and third-party services. The way this database works is that once a device gets flagged, it can be blocked by network operators and other manufacturers to prevent access. This new policy obviously aims to help prevent repairing stolen goods, but I can't understand what took Apple so long considering how Find My has been a thing for so long, but then again, I also wish that other manufacturers would do the same. Let's switch on to Motorola, which has been getting a ton of buzz in the United States at least because, well, LG left the market a bit ago, but don't worry, before you flag this is boring, there is a reason why it matters. Recently, the company announced their Moto Edge Plus, which, well, isn't really the flagship that it used to be, as it seems the company was marinating something else, sort of. We have a new image that was posted on Weibo allegedly showing the Motorola Frontier, which has been in the leaks for the past few months. From the picture, we can see that it brings a huge main camera, at least in design. And, well, this is kind of what makes it interesting, as this would be the first smartphone with Samsung's new 200-megapixel ISOCELL HP1 sensor, with the label mentioning that it also supports OIS and has an f2.2 aperture. Obviously, you and I ask ourselves why Sammy didn't use this on the S22 Ultra, and for which we don't have an answer. This camera apparently captures photos in either 50 megapixels or 12.5 megapixels in resolution in its default mode, and then other leaked specifications for this phone include a 6.67-inch POLED display running at 144 Hz, but only at full HD resolution. It's also powered by Qualcomm's new Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 Plus, which means that the phone would launch during the time frame of June, as that's apparently when it's going to be announced. Let us know what you think about this, because honestly, in my case, I feel a little skeptical because if Sammy didn't use the sensor, it might need a little more marinating. Moving on, let's talk about the ongoing issue with Bluetooth trackers. Of course, Apple didn't invent the technology with the AirTags, but ever since it did, every other tracker company has seen a huge surge in sales, and also the unwanted consequences. Now we have a new report from 9to5 Google claiming that Mountain View is working on adding a functionality right into Android that would allow users to check if there are any unknown trackers around them. The report cites that certain changes have been made to the source code of Google Play services, which suggests that Google is already working on building the framework. The code includes strings for unfamiliar tag-detected notifications, and it references AirTags or A-tags, tile, and an unknown Finder tag, which I don't know who that could be coming from. The report mentions that this is still in its early stages, so we might have to wait to see it, but it's kind of nice to see that they're adding a native way for you to be able to detect if you're being stalked. I mean, hopefully we do get to see at least a preview of it at Google I/O, but we'll see how that goes. And finally, for the hottest news today, let's talk about Apple again, but move on over to the iPhone 14 series. I mean, over the past few days, we've heard a few leaks claiming that Touch ID could be making a comeback this year on the iPhone 14's display. It was even during the time that those rumors began that Apple relaunched Touch ID on the iPad Air's power button, if you remember. Now we have some renders from Let's Go Digital that showed off the leaked design that had Touch ID's logo sitting on the lock screen. The thing is, it seems the project kind of went south. Now we have a new tweet from Ming-Chi Kuo that just pretty much obliterates the hopes. He states that he previously predicted that iPhones would bring an under-display fingerprint sensor at least as early as 2023, but according to a new survey, new iPhones in both 2023 and even 2024 might not adopt this technology. And part of it has to do with the fact that they figured out how to make Face ID work with a mask. That being said, it's not that Apple didn't try. If you remember, even the Wall Street Journal cover reports of the technology being in testing phase, with the current iPhone 13 series being powered by Qualcomm as the supplier. Anyways, for today's question, let us know, if you had to pick Face ID or Touch ID, because honestly, I do consider Touch ID to be more convenient, but I also like the idea of having both solutions, at least on the Pro models, considering how expensive they are. But anyways, that's just me. Leave us a comment down below. We'd love to know your opinion. Friends, again, if you want to get the news earlier, follow us on Pocketnow.com and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. You can also follow us on social media, so our extended coverage happens on Instagram, and follow me on my personal handles to see me. I know, I hate the cold. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I'm Jaime Rivera. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.